Hey guys, welcome back to Rise Above, where we rise above our 3D circumstances and create the life that we want to live. If you would, please like, share, and subscribe so we can reach as many people as we possibly can and let them know that they can rise above their 3D circumstances. We can have anything we want. So, I do offer private coaching, email and phone. That's going to be in the description box below if you're interested in that. And then with that being said, let's jump right into it. So today we're going to start with something that I think is really important for you guys to understand before we ever get started on me showing you how to co-create your life. And that is... there are in the community, the law of assumption, law of attraction community, there's a lot of techniques. There's a lot of you have to heal this, you have a block to that. I'm here to tell you guys, you are not broken. You do not need to be fixed. You, me, we are all a part of source energy. When I say source energy, source, God, the Great Spirit, whatever you ascribe to, whatever name you want to call it, does not matter. It's all the same. We are all part of that infinite power. Source is infinite power and infinite love. There is no judgments. There is no any judgments of any kind. Therefore, there is no judgment on you. The only judgment that there is the judgment that you place on yourself by thinking that you have a block or thinking that you have something that you need to heal. Their source energy is not a little man sitting on a cloud taking notes on how bad you've been today. That is not the way it works. Thank God that is not the way it works, because some of us, me included, would be in a hell of a mess. That is not the way this works. Okay. With that being said, there are 10,000 techniques out there. If you think that you need a technique, and I've tried them all. I mean, there's a million of them. Scripting every day, 5 times 55. Pouring the water from one to the other. If those things worked for you, it's because you thought they were going to work. That's it. That is the only reason they worked. So I want you to understand that before we go any further. You are not broken, and you do not need to be fixed. You are going to have doubts on this journey. That's just, you're going to. That's normal. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, and when you come into this physical body, this human experience that we're having, all those emotions are still there. You're not going to walk around like a zombie, full focus ahead, like saying 25,000 affirmations a day. You can't live like that. You still have to live your life while you're co-creating. They're done together, and the longer you go and the more you work at this, the more it'll become it's like anything else. It becomes a habit, and it becomes natural, so you don't even realize you're doing it. So looking at my notes here, I want to make sure like I said, that you guys understand there isn't anything that you need to heal. There's one thing. Whenever we're using the law of assumption, there's one thing that needs to be done, and one thing only, and that is to change the story on the subject that you're thinking about. Because whatever is showing up in your 3D, you have a story about it in your head. If someone is constantly showing up as an asshole, it's because you're thinking of them as them. You are creating them to show up in your reality as that. That's it. And that sounds really oversimplified, but really that is all it is. I want you guys to take a few minutes throughout your week this week, and I want you to stop and see, kind of notice and become aware of the conversation that you have with yourself constantly through the day. We all do it. What are those conversations? Are you talking bad about yourself? God, that was so stupid. Why did I do that? That was a horrible thing to do. Is that what your inner conversation is? Or is your inner conversation should be, okay, I don't know why I did that. That probably wasn't the thing to do, but it's okay. It's going to turn out I'm still going to get what I want. That's the conversation that we're trying to switch to. That's the mindset that we're trying to switch to. The same thing about, I get to work every day. This one guy is constantly late every day. He's got another excuse every day. When he comes in late, what are my thoughts about him? What are my thoughts? What is my inner conversation? What am I thinking? Well, it's Monday. I bet he's late again. He's late every damn day. I don't even know why he's still able to work here. If that's the conversation that you're having, that's what's showing up in your reality. So take some time this week. Like I said, go through this week, take some time, and kind of see what your inner conversations are. What are you saying to yourself about the things that are showing up in your life? Open your checking account. Great, I'm broke again. I'm always broke. Is that the conversation that you're having? That's what's going to show up in your reality. You've got to get a handle on, the first thing of this is to become aware of the thoughts that you're thinking, the inner conversations that you're having. You can't change something if you're not aware of it. So that's what we're going to start with. That's what we're going to do this week, is we're just going to kind of be aware of that. And like I said, guys, you're going to have doubts. That is normal. That is natural. That does not mean there is a block. That does not mean you need to try another technique. That means that you are a spiritual being having a human experience. That's all that means. So I want you to give yourself a break. And those doubts are normal. Those are like anything else whenever you're changing a habit. You've been going through life probably, your whole life unconsciously. You've been like letting life happen to you instead of co-creating life to happen for you. And that's a habit that you've got into. And it's like any other habit. It's going to take a little bit to change. And your mind is saying, whoa, that's not the way we do this. So you're going to have doubts. The important thing is when you have those doubts, which we're going to, as this channel goes along, we're going to continue to learn how to do, is to bounce out of those thoughts. And before they develop a feeling that's going to cause a reaction that you don't want. So that's what that's where we're headed toward. And I'm going to tell you right now, I am the queen of overreacting. I have to work really hard on that. I have a lot, when the doubts come in, it's really important not to go down the rabbit hole, not to spiral. If you're having, it's not the thought, it's not that you're having the thought, it's that you're spiraling on the thought, and it's just snowballing. And once you snowball to the bottom, it's very hard to get back up. So, not that it's impossible, because I have done it, but it does take some effort. So, and again, I think that's all for today. I'm sorry this video is a little bit long. You're going to find out too that I can be long-winded. I do talk a lot. But that's why also that I started this channel, a manifestation partner, a accountability partner is really, really important. They help you stay focused. They help you keep on track, not to bitch about or repeat what's in your 3D. We already know what's in the 3D. We don't like it or we wouldn't be here. So to talk about it and to give attention to it and to reiterate it is to keep putting it in your life, and we don't want it to stay there. So like I said, I do offer the coaching, the email, and the phone. It is in the description box below, along with my email. If you have any questions, riseabove004@gmail.com. You can email me, and we'll see where we need to get started and get you on co-creating the life of your dreams. So I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you next week.